Hi, everyone. My name's Elliot Nathan, and welcome to Academy of Art University 2015 Orientation. We're so happy to have you here. You've made a great choice. The art and business world today is global, and we are a global university. And now I would like to present to you the person with great vision for this university, the person with great passion for each and every one of you. I present to you the president of Academy of Art University, Dr. Elisa Stephens.
Hello, hello, hello. It's a full house, and welcome to the Academy of Art University. I see you all up there. Gosh, looks good. I'm so glad that each of you has joined us today to begin your journey, your artistic education. My grandfather, right there, and my grandmother, right there, started the university right here in San Francisco in 1929, the year of our Great Depression. And he was a fine art painter, and he was also art director for Sunset Magazine, which is a magazine for the 11 Western states, and it still exists today. But he was also an educator, and he believed in giving aspiring artists and designers the opportunity to perfect their skills and develop their artistic eye, and to elevate their taste level. My father, who succeeded my grandfather, he too is equally passionate and steadfast in our mission to guide and instruct the next generation of artists. And I assumed the presidency in 1992, but I left the photo off because I'm here in person. I'm proud to say that over 86 years since our founding, that our vision is as clear and our mission is as strong and as successful. The Academy of Art University believes that anyone with commitment and passion can learn the skills and concepts necessary to create a portfolio that will enable them to pursue a successful career in their chosen field. And you are here to become a professional artist. You want to have a job in the arts. At the Academy of Art University, we value theory, but we emphasize the practical. You will be in the heart of the art and design community, but you need to perfect the fundamentals: drawing, design, material, techniques, and processes. And the sooner that you master the foundations and complete your professional portfolio, the sooner you can each begin your artistic career. The creative class that we're training here, creating today with you at the Academy of Art University, are the problem solvers and the visionaries of tomorrow. And our instructors are working artists, or people who have made a living their entire lives working as artists, and they know what it takes to succeed in art and design careers. They're going to bring real-life experience into the classrooms and ensure that you are learning the most relevant information and using the latest technologies. But education must be a partnership. We want to help you choose the right classes. We want to partner with you to help you balance your work, your life, your family. We want you to be challenged in the classroom on every single assignment. And let us know if it's not hard enough so that we can give you the motivational push you need, because we want you to excel. We have workshops, we have free tutoring, and other resources to help you stay on top of the wave. And we have learned from over 86 years of experience that it is the hardworking student who succeeds. The talented student who doesn't work hard does not go nearly as far as the student who makes that extra effort. And at this stage of your life, and at this university in particular, it's only 10% talent and 90% hard work. But I don't want you to be intimidated by the, quote, talent of others. I want you to put your heart into every assignment and just do the very, very best that you can do. And that's all we ask. So now I want you to imagine yourself drawing or painting for a living. Imagine yourself acting, directing, editing, or animating. Imagine yourself setting the next fashion trend or designing the next must-play game. Imagine your first gallery exhibit. Just take a second to imagine yourself and what you'll be doing. And you wouldn't be here if you weren't imagining something big, something wonderful, something special, and something fulfilling. You took the big step, you've made the commitment, you're here, and I congratulate you. But how do you get from here to there? How do you make the imaginary real? In May of this year, I stood before over 1,000 students to confer both graduate and undergraduate degrees from the Academy of Art University. And as I spoke with these graduates and I listened to their speeches, it became crystal clear that their success had been hard-won. All of these students started where you sit today. They spoke of their individual effort, the drive to show up to class and lean in, the curiosity to get to know their instructors, the persistence to stay on top of the wave, the diligence to do the extra work, to stay proactive and to seek out help, to take advantage of the available resources. But they also spoke of something that's very important. They spoke about community and that sense of belonging that gave them the extra support they needed to succeed. And the Academy of Art University, it spans this glorious city of San Francisco, and this city is your home, and it is your campus. But we are also an integrated and supportive community. As you find your way from residence halls to classrooms, from sports fields to studios, you'll begin to feel the Academy's guiding presence. And as you interact with those who are here to facilitate your success, you will find a common sense of purpose and community. And as you make friends today, in classes and residence halls, and get to know your instructors and department chairs, you will find even more than a community. Each of you will find an artistic home. Today, I ask you to jump in. Don't be frightened. To participate, to begin to build your community. You will meet other students pursuing similar dreams. You'll get to talk with the department leaders who will help guide you throughout your learning experience here. And you'll meet Academy of Art University staff dedicated to helping you succeed. And over the next few days, you'll venture forth into this city, not alone, but with fellow students and members of the Academy team. And your community will help you excel in your work and in your studies. And the friends that you make over these next few days will help you make it through the challenging times that are ahead. Each of you came here to pursue your dream, and I trust that you bring with you the drive to succeed. We offer the best programs, the best faculty, the best equipment, and the best support teams. And within this university, you'll create the community that will define your experience and guarantee your success. Thank you.
Thank you, President Stephens. Now we're going to watch a video of student work we're very proud of here at the university. And while you watch this, realize that this work is not meant to intimidate you, but it is meant to inspire you. And while you watch this, realize that these students started in the exact same seats that you are, many without a portfolio. So when you feel overwhelmed, just take a deep breath, because it is in practice and mistakes that you learn. And with hard work, one day we'll be featuring your work in this video to inspire the next generation of art students. Okay, let's see it. you guys enjoy that? That's just a small sample of the professional work being developed by students who are just like you. So on your way in, you received a very special edition of the Academy Art U newspaper, the Orientation Edition. Make sure you read this paper cover to cover because it has everything that you need to know to get started here at the Academy of Art. It tells you where to eat, how to use the Academy shuttles, where your classes are, where the buildings are, and how to get your art supplies. We've packed this paper with everything you need to know to get started at the Academy and in San Francisco, where the entire city is your campus. Academy Art U News comes out every 2 weeks. It's available in print all across the city, in all the dorms, and of course on our website at academyartunews.com. Join the newspaper club and submit your own articles and photos to be distributed across the globe. Now let's give a warm welcome as I present to you Executive Vice President Sue Rowley.
I've got my ID. Do you guys have your ID? Hold up your IDs if you've got your IDs. Let me see. I want to make sure everybody here is in the right place. Good. You passed. So welcome to the Academy of Art University. I consider this an opportunity of your lifetime. You don't have many opportunities like this. You're at a point where you're actually at a turning point. You can make many decisions in the days to come, but the most important decision you made right now is to follow your dream, is to take a step towards realizing your goal, which is to be a professional artist and designer, right? How many of you want to be a professional artist and designer? Hold up your hand so I can see it. Everybody. You're in the right place for sure. Okay, so I'm going to try to tell you a little bit about what I know about who you are, and also I'm going to try to tell you about something that other artists have experienced in the past, and then I'm going to give you a few tips so that you can be successful as you navigate the school. First of all, many of you right now may be wondering, even though you're here and you're excited, and I know it's like it's charged. I can feel the energy in here right now. But some of you are probably thinking, I hope I can do this. I really hope I can do this. One of our students did this. I think it's a great picture. It's, the junior birdman is taking a leap. I call it a leap of faith. Maybe he doesn't know if he's really going to be able to fly. Everybody's waving goodbye. That may be how you feel right now. But the student who did this illustration wanted to say it takes courage. Anytime you are really putting everything you have on the inside, on the outside, it takes courage. Because always, all of us have the fear, well, what if I can't do it? And I want to tell you right now, I want to assure you, this has been going on for over 85 years. We have been refining this process, just so when you came today, we would have all the support you needed already in place. Mr. Stephens, the president's grandfather, he said, and I love this analogy, he said it's sort of like you're going from one room to the next. Each room is getting smaller, but you're seeing more detail. You're learning how to see the world differently. So I want to make sure you all get that. This isn't something that's going to happen overnight. You're going to go into some of your first classes and you may say, I can't do this, or there's people better than me in the class, or my grandmother said I was going to be a great artist, but my teacher doesn't think I'm that great. Well, guess what? Every time that instructor gives you their best feedback, whether it's positive or not so positive, telling you what you need to do to improve, that's a gift. That instructor is giving you the way they see so that you can then change your own vision. It's kind of slightly refining it. I wear glasses, so when I go to the optometrist, they say, can you see better? Can you see better? Can you see better? That's kind of what this process is like. We're going to help you see better. For some of you in the past, it may have felt kind of like a lonely world. You may have felt like I'm the only artist. Here I am in my high school or secondary school. Everybody else is talking about their college careers. They want to be a doctor, or they want to be a lawyer, or they want to do some kind of physics. But I want to do something different. I have this compulsion to take what I know on the inside and put it on the outside. How do I do that? So when you look around this room and take a minute to really look, you see people from all over the globe. We have students here from over 112 countries. And guess what? They all want to do art and design. So it's truly amazing when people like you come together just for that one reason. Just for that reason of learning to do art, sharing your personal aesthetic. Martin Luther King, if you aren't from this country, you may not be familiar with that name, but Martin Luther King was a civil rights activist that we had a few years ago. He said, we all came here on different ships, but now we're in the same boat. Okay, you all didn't come here on ships, but you all came here in many different ways, and now you're part of this community. So I'd like you to take a few moments. I'd like you to just say hi to the people next to you. I want you to, these are your fellow travelers, your artists. Say hello, and what do you want to do? Okay. All right. Come back to me. I have a little bit more to talk to you about. See how fun it is? This is your first networking experience. So when anybody says, do you know how to network, you remember this moment. Because you just did it. You just met the people around you, and that's really all networking is about. I want to give you your first art history lesson. This is about a guy that you've probably heard of before, Michelangelo. He said, the greatest danger for most of us is not that our aim is too high and we miss it, but that it is too low and we reach it. When he was your age, about all of your age, I would say most of you are in between 18 and 25, he became a sculptor, and he was known for this sculpture. You've probably seen it before, the David. It's a story of David and Goliath. David was this young man, and he was trying to protect his village, and this huge giant was going to come and decimate the whole place. So he went forward with only a slingshot and a rock. That's a story. Now, this sculpture was supposed to represent strength and vitality to the city of Florence. And it was going to be put high up on a building. But instead, the city loved the sculpture so much, they put it right down on the ground in front of City Hall. So when they went in and out, they could be reminded of being strong in the face of a giant. The face is really amazing, and the reason I'm bringing this to your attention is because he could have done, and you've all seen sculptures where the face is just blank, right? You've all seen that. But this one is not. This is the difference between good sculpture and great sculpture. He is showing you, the sculptor, Michelangelo, this brow is furrowed. Obviously, this man has something on his mind. He is seeing someone coming and it's scaring him. And he knows he's got to be down to business. This is what I'm talking about. When you move into doing the very best you possibly can, taking your internal vision and putting it on the outside. So the Pope called him up and said, I want you to do my figures for my tomb, Pope Julius. He was thrilled because the Catholic Church at that time was really the big group that were paying for commissions. So he went to get marble. He got the marble, or he was getting the marble, and he got called back to Rome. The Pope said, I'm sorry, I've changed my mind. The word is that there was some politics involved. But anyway, the Pope said, I've changed my mind, but we have this chapel where we all go to pray. And this is what it looked like, pretty drab. He said, we really need to have that ceiling painted. I'd like you to do it. This is the most important part of the story. He could have said, no, I am a sculptor. I am getting a great reputation. I am not going to paint sub-ceiling in the chapel. But he didn't. He decided this could be a huge canvas on which he could tell a story. This is what it looked like after. As you can see, he didn't just do one figure or a few stars or paint a nice color of purple. He basically put in 343 figures. If I could show you this up close, you could see that a lot of those arches and those raised places are actually painted. They aren't real. They aren't part of the building. Really up close, this is like what the panels look like. So you can see he put a lot of effort into every piece. In fact, he had people working for him, and he decided it wasn't good enough. So he did it himself. This is especially interesting. You've probably all seen this panel. But what's really interesting about this is the first time an artist had the courage to show us what the face of God looked like. This is God putting life into Adam. There's a close-up of that. Amazing. Imagine yourself. You think, okay, nobody ever does God, but I'm going to show you what God looks like. That takes some courage. President Stephens asked me some years ago, what does it take to be successful at the Academy of Art? I looked through a lot of research. I looked at grades, I looked at past experience, I looked at portfolios. This is what I found out. It's all about attitude. And that's really important for each and every one of you. Because if it's attitude, you control that. You control what you tell yourself every day. What I found out is it takes focus, passion, and commitment. When you come here, there's a lot of classes. You can actually get distracted. You can decide, well, I want to do a little bit of this, I want to do a little bit of that, but then you won't go deep enough to create a competitive portfolio. So really think about what you're interested in doing and then go as deep with that as you possibly can. Second of all, the passion. If you don't like doing something, you're not going to spend the hours it's going to take to do it. And if you do spend the hours, it's going to be horrible for you. So you want to do something that you'll spend hours and hours and hours on and still want to do more. And the third thing is commitment. There will be those days when you won't get the critique you'd hoped for, when you won't get the grade you'd hoped for, when somebody else, you'll put your work up on the wall. I've had this happen. You put it up on the wall. You think it's the very best you could do, and then as soon as it's up there, you want to take it down because somebody else has done so much better. Those are the times that you realize this is the commitment. You keep going. It's like I said to parents earlier today, the first time your child fell down when they were learning to walk, you didn't say, don't walk again. You keep trying. You keep practicing until you get it right. Finally, Walt Disney. You guys all know Walt Disney. He was the guy, when he made Disneyland, somebody said, "How did you come up with that idea?" And he said, "It was all because of a mouse." Crazy. But anyway, he said, "Listen to the muse." All of you hear it. I know you do because you're here. Listen to the muse. If you can dream it, you can do it. Hold on to your vision. And as my friend Yoda said, and I love this, try not, do or do not, there is no try. So in closing, I just want to say this. Do your best every day. Trust this process that we have refined all this time, over 85 years. And we, all of us here, will support you and applaud your efforts as you move forward and learn to see the world differently. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. And now to speak about our study abroad program, let's give a warm welcome as I present to you Executive Director of Fine Art, Dr. Craig Nelson.
Thanks, everybody. Let me pull this off here. First thing I want to do is welcome you and tell you I think you made a dynamite choice. We offer a lot here. In my 26 years here, I've watched and witnessed changes that are indescribable. But I'm here to talk to you about an exciting new addition. And it's also not that new because we've run it for a few years, but it's our study abroad. Where is that? Okay, let me ask y'all a question. How many of you guys would love to study in Italy in the summer? Show of hands. Okay. Now, it's interesting. When I asked the parents, everybody raised their hand. So I invited them along, by the way. We're offering courses in fine art, painting and drawing, printmaking and book arts, illustration, photography, and art history. However, it's not limited to these majors. It's open to all majors. We have had students from fashion, from interior design, photography in the past, and they've taken the courses. So think of yourself if you want to take a painting class. Painting and drawing in the city of Florence and in some of the countryside of Tuscany. Printmaking. So you get a chance to go out and gather relative information from some of the inspirational sites and go back in the studio and create exotic and exciting prints. Illustration. So you want to do reportage, which means, informative drawing based on what you see around you. All right? So you're going to create a sketchbook and drawings based on figures you see, the incredible sights, some of the famous statues. Or you're a photo major. Or maybe you're not a photo major. Maybe you just are intrigued with photography. Well, this affords you the opportunity to work with one of our academy instructors in the photo area and understand the lighting that occurs in Florence, the times of day, and all the interesting elements that you have to shoot from. This is a no-brainer, guys. This is a no-brainer. Art history. All right? Art history. You see it in books. You've seen it on television. You've seen it in the Da Vinci Code. All right? You get to see it in person. You get to see it in person. And not only get to see it, but you get to learn about it. This was our summer study abroad that just completed. And that's only some of the students, and only a couple of the instructors. All right, so what do? Well, the city of Florence is your classroom. We also have studios. You'll be lectured and get a chance to work in the studios day and evenings if you so desire. But the city of Florence basically is your classroom, along with several of the wonderful hilltop Tuscan towns. This is Ponte Vecchio. This has been an inspiration for both painters and photographers and printmakers. I've seen the results. Now, each week you will have the opportunity to go to one of the hilltop Tuscan towns. San Gimignano, Siena, Volterra, Fiesole, Lucca, and Cortona, among others. You'll get demonstrations. You'll also be able to have hands-on working on location. Now, let me say one thing regarding that. So you say, well, I really haven't painted or haven't drawn a lot. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We send our top instructors. Our top instructors who are well-versed at teaching everything from beginners to advanced students. In fact, one of our directors here, Chuck Pyle, was there a few semesters ago instructing some of the illustration students. And our director of printmaking went this year, and they're actually, I think they're in a CC here getting information so she can go back and make studio prints. You can see the facilities, so they're pulling prints in the studio. Or you can go up above Florence, Piazza Michelangelo, and paint the Duomo from up above. Along with this, in your field trips, you get a chance to visit some of the Tuscan countryside, paint some of these things, photograph from some of these things, sketch, learn about them. There's also optional trips. The optional trips are there, and you can sign up, or you can take them on your own. The optional trips are to Rome, to Venice, one of my personal favorites, and Pompeii, which is just immersed in art history, all right? I was there actually 2 summers ago in Pompeii and was blown away, and I'd seen it before. So this is open to on-site as well as online students. It affords you the opportunity not only to study there and work with some of our talented instructors. You're taking academy courses. We're not sending you to a sister school. We're sending you with our instructors and our curriculum. All right? You get a chance to soak up the Italian culture, eat some dynamite food, and create a lot of art. This is from one of our previous trips. Now, one of the things I'd like to tell you is throughout the semester, we're going to be giving, 3 or 4 informative meetings regarding costs, accommodations, all of these things, how you go about doing this. If you keep your eyes open, speak to your directors, these meetings will occur probably starting the 2nd or 3rd week of school on through the end of the semester. There is also online meetings, so if some of you are online students, you can attend these also. Another thing about the online component, in the past, about 50% of our students have been online students, which is really wonderful. It's great for them to be able to interact with you, for you to interact with them. Great friendships are made here. Great friendships, lifelong friendships. The last thing I'd like to say is the one comment, the one feedback I get constantly about the study abroad program from the students. How was it? How was it? One word, life-changing. I hear that over and over. So please, if you haven't had a chance to, you can stop by our study abroad table on the left-hand side as you're leaving and get any further information. Most of the directors there are there to speak with you, and I wish you luck. And this is just to whet your appetite. See you in Italy.
Thank you, Craig. So you might know him as Rez. Next up, let's welcome Director of Game Programming, David Graham.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rez Graham. I'm the Director of Game Programming here at the Academy. So, they asked me to come here and talk about success and how you can succeed. You are all on your own journey. Everyone here is different. We have the School of Acting and Graphic Design. They took all the flags away, so I don't know if everyone is here. Fine arts, game development. So, and I've done a lot of different things in my career. I've made games mostly, but I've also published work. I'm an author, I'm an actor. So I've done a lot of different things. So I've tried to create, what is the advice that I wish I had when I was first starting out as an artist? What is the advice that I wish people had told me about how to be successful in any industry that you're going through in the arts? So that's what I have. You have 3 pieces of advice. Here they are. Ready? 1, embrace failure. This is actually one of the most important ones. Embrace failure, because you're gonna fall flat on your face several times, even when you're a professional. I've been doing this for a long time, and I fall over all the time. We all do. Failure is a part of life. It is a part of how you learn and how you grow. Now, this doesn't mean give up, right? No, don't do this. Don't give up when you've fallen over. What it means is that, and any improv teachers who are here are going to love me for this, mistakes are gifts. They really are. I see them clapping for me. Mistakes are gifts. Every time something goes wrong, it's a gift. It really is. Because it could be a better way of doing it. It could be something that you didn't think of before. It's something that will inform the next thing. And it really will. You never ship what your original design is. This is a game I worked on called Rat Race. The game that we first created was completely different than what we ended up finishing with. Completely different. We wouldn't have had that if we hadn't made all of those mistakes, if we hadn't tried. This is one of my favorite quotes, and I'm going to get out of everybody's way so you can read it. The first draft doesn't have to be good, it just has to be written. So don't give up and don't let that keep you from succeeding. Don't let your perfection keep you from trying. All right, number 2, ask for help. One of the most common reasons that I see for students to not do so well in class is that they don't ask for help. They don't ask for help. They don't understand something. Maybe they're afraid of looking stupid. Maybe they're afraid of what we might say or the harsh critique that you might get. But I'm here to tell you that there are no stupid questions. There really aren't. There are no stupid questions. You can ask me anything that you want, philosophically, or probably it should be about game development in some way, or whatever you want. And this isn't just about your schoolwork. College is hard. It's super hard. The next several years of your life are going to be some of the hardest that you're going to have, certainly to date. College is incredibly difficult. And not just from schoolwork. A lot of you are coming far away from home. I mean, how many of you come from somewhere that is not California? How many of you, almost everyone. How many of you come from somewhere that's not the US? Yeah, see? It's hard. It's really hard to be here. And so reach out to us even if you're having those problems. I've had students come into my office and they just needed to talk to someone. And we're here for that. We're here to help. Number 3, immerse yourself in the community. You are surrounded by incredibly talented people. And you're surrounded by your peers. It's very easy to isolate yourself. I can do this too. I can sit down and I can start typing away and just kind of disappear into my office and have some music playing, and then that's it. Or drawing or whatever it is that you're going to do. Don't let yourself be isolated. And this goes doubly for you online students. Especially for the online students. It can be really, really easy to isolate yourself behind that keyboard. Every single online class has a student lounge. I strongly suggest that you post in it and try and forge those friendships. You're going to meet some of your best friends here. You really are. Some of your colleagues. I've seen students leave and graduate this school, form their own company, and go off and make games. And that's just one example. You're surrounded by artists. Immerse yourself in that. The Game Developers Conference for my particular group happens in March every year, and there's other conferences and things like that for you of other majors. Immerse yourself in that and immerse yourself in each other. And finally, you all have unrestricted electives, things that you can do where you can branch out and try new things. Try that new thing. My career has been in game development. I've mostly done programming and artificial intelligence. On a whim, for fun, several years ago, I decided, I'm getting kind of sick of this. Why don't I try something completely different? That's why I started acting. That's why I took an improv class. So if you're in game development, try improv. If you're in fine arts, try something in multimedia. Try taking an intro to programming class. If you're in writing, try something in, maybe take a game design class. Cross-pollinate and try something. Try music, any of those things. So in conclusion, embrace failure, ask for help, immerse yourself in community. Thank you.
Thank you, Rez. So we have an outstanding athletics program here at the Academy with talented athletes who are artists themselves. They're your fellow students in fine art, illustration, photography, and fashion design. But on the court, track, and field, they are your urban knights, and they want to win. And we want to cheer them on. So let's give a big cheer to our athletic director, Colin Preston. Hey, buddy.
Nope. All right, first off, I want to congratulate all of you on starting your journey at Academy of Art University. And secondly, and most importantly, you're all now and forever will be Urban Knights.
Come on. There you go. I'm proud to talk about all the programs that we have in sports and things that we do for all of you guys to join in. We have the following sports at Academy of Art University, which is the only art school in the entire NCAA. The only art school in the entire NCAA. Give it up. So we have volleyball, cross country, soccer, basketball, indoor and outdoor track and field, tennis, golf, baseball, and softball. We got a baseball fan out there. And not only do we compete, we win. Your women's track and field team won not one, but 2 national championships. We've also won numerous conference titles in cross country and track and field, and we've won 3 basketball championships as well. This right here is Melissa Blum, a multimedia communication major who was an All-American last volleyball season. We had 7 track and field All-Americans, and among those, the fastest man in the 400 meters. So if you guys want to race them, challenge them, because we would love to have you on the team. And just recently, we had baseball standout and recent graduate Nate Gherkin get drafted by the Minnesota Twins. Now, something that excites me the most about being an athletic director at the only art school in the NCAA is how creative we can be. These basketball posters were designed by Academy of Art photographers and graphic designers. The poster of Rachel Rempe, a fashion major, was designed by an Academy of Art illustrator, animator, and graphic designer that won the top schedule poster out of 1,000 colleges. And you know what? We're going to win that again this year. When you guys leave, we put some posters up of our soccer and volleyball and cross-country teams that we just had more students design for us. These action shots were the winners of our photography challenge that we have every year. And this sketch was the winning of our sketching competition at our basketball game. We'll be having these competitions coming up again this fall. And the piece about athletics is getting you guys involved. So we want to see you guys out at our games, because athletics, campus housing, and campus life, we all collaborate on semester-long events for you guys to come out, join the Urban Knight Nation, and win a lot of cool prizes. You can sign up on Saturday, September 5th from 12 to 2 p.m.
at 601 Brandon at the Club Mixer, which Elliot will talk about shortly. Now, something cool that we're doing this year, for all of you who are out of state, which were a lot of you, there's a thing called In and Out. So all the California people know what I'm talking about. There we go. So In and Out is the official sponsor of the Urban Night Nation. So what that means, if you join the Urban Night Nation and go to select basketball, volleyball, or baseball games, you guys can get free coupons to get In and Out. I knew you guys would like that one. Just a word of advice, the lines get really long, so plan to take some time when you go out there. So also with athletics, we hold intramural events with kickball, basketball, and soccer that will go all semester long. And one thing we guys want to make sure that you guys do is follow the Art Unites on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So before I go, we're going to do our Art U Cheer. I'm going to throw out a few t-shirts. So when I say Art Who, you say... Okay, now get on your feet. Everybody on their feet. Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Art Who? Art Who? Art Who? One more time. Art Who? Thanks a lot, guys. Go Urban Knights.
Thank you, Colin. Make sure to get on those fan buses and cheer on our Urban Knights. If you can't make it to a game, we'll have it streaming live on our very own Urban Knights radio station. Along with games, we have a variety of programming brought to you by your peers. You can tune in anytime by downloading the iHeartRadio app on your iPhone or the TuneIn app on your Android, or of course by visiting our website at urbanknightsradio.com. Again, I'm Elliot Nathan, your Campus Life Program Manager, and I'm so excited to tell you about all the great programming we offer you here at the university. We have 2 modern gym facilities that are open 7 days a week, a beautiful pool, basketball court, and an art cafe. We have free fitness and dance classes that happen after your academic classes. They're available to all students all week long. They include yoga, strength training, Zumba, hip-hop, and salsa. Just hop on our website's recreation page and RSVP to sign up. If you're having any trouble with the RSVP, just go to the class and the teacher will help you sign up. So many of you are new to the city, and San Francisco is a pretty big place. A great way to make new friends and get involved in the university community is to join a club. And with over 25 different clubs on campus, you're sure to find one that's right for you. So next week, next Saturday, we have the Club Mixer on Saturday, September 5th at 601 Brandon. It's the Club Mixer and Barbecue. So from 12 to 2 p.m., you'll have an opportunity to meet all the different club presidents, sign up for clubs, rec classes, and eat some delicious free food. All right. We'll also have music brought to you by your very own Urban Knights Radio. So it's Welcome Week, and Campus Life has 2 great events coming up for you this weekend. On Saturday, we have our famed Luxury City Tours. We have old-time trolleys coming at 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock to give you hour-and-a-half-long tours. Many of you have RSVP'd already. If you haven't, go online, check your email, and RSVP for the tour that you'd like to join us on. And then on Sunday, we're going to the beach. We're taking you out to Crissy Field that overlooks Golden Gate Bridge. It's beautiful. Athletics is going to come. We'll have soccer balls, bring some sketching supplies. You can draw the bridge, take a nice walk on the beach. It's going to be a really awesome day. We'll have looping shuttles bringing you there starting at 6:20 Sutter at 11 a.m. We'll also have a shuttle schedule picking you up. So if you RSVP, we will send out a shuttle schedule so you'll be able to find how to get there from your building. We want to make sure that you know everything that's going on here at the university. So we are very active on social media. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or through the Academy app, and you will know what is going on at all times. Follow us. Who here is on Instagram? Raise your hand. So make sure you follow us at Art U Campus Life. I will follow you back. Use that as the hashtag as well. If I see awesome pictures, I'll repost them, and you can be a little Academy famous. So let's take a look at a couple of the fun pictures we have from this past year. Here's some Chinese New Year parade, our trip to Muir Woods. These are the luxury city tours, and of course our dance parties at Jillian's. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, campuslife@academyart.edu. You can also reach out to your advisors, directors, and we also have our Academy orientation leaders. Could you guys stand up really quick? Where are you guys? They're right here in the back. Give a wave. Let's give them a big round of applause. So they volunteered their time to help welcome you and adjust to life at the Academy. They're hosting a great program called Jumpstart right here at 491 Post this Friday, August 28th at 10:30 in the morning. And they're going to give you the inside scoop on what it's like to be at the Academy of Art, so don't miss it. And tomorrow, make sure you check your schedules for Meet Your Department Director. It's very important. Check your schedules for Meet Your Department Director tomorrow. This concludes President's Welcome. I just want to do one more time. Art who? Art who? Thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you this weekend.